So, welcome everybody. As you can see, we have a little screen down there. So, this is gonna be our Learn to Stream session, and basically, I'm your host, if I can call myself that. Just a casual streamer. I reached like 600 followers. Been streaming for quite some time. Been streaming like consistently for like probably a year and a half, 2 years. But I've been streaming for 3 years, if I can count that. So mainly focusing on StarCraft and RTS and all that stuff. Recently, I've been dabbling quite a lot actually in Phasmophobia, and yeah, that's pretty much it. We'll learn how to set up OBS. First of all, we'll start with the finished product. So this is how I actually do this. This is what I see on my second screen. As you can see, I have a tiny preview. Let's eliminate Blizzard, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe we should start up Blizzard as well. So we should start up StarCraft, for example. Just so you have like an idea of what it will look like. But yeah, we'll learn how to set up a stream. We'll learn how to set up devices. Just from the bare bones, I'll create a new scene and we'll go from there. And we will add everything gradually. That's going to be our trajectory for today. So I should be able. And now, hopefully, when we go here. Wait, let's do it like this. It'll take just a second for StarCraft to be found. So there we go. So this is what the viewers see. This is usually when somebody watches me play StarCraft, this is my main gaming scene. And then of course we will learn how to set up like maybe a just chatting scene, because that's kind of fine. It's a fun thing to do. You can also set up a be right back screen. Obviously, if you have multiple games with like different camera setups, you can do that. I also have like, this is my casting setup. And also I have this as for events, and I have like, if there's a bracket, that's how I do it. And I operate everything off of a numpad for now. I still haven't found a adapter for my Stream Deck, but you can do it with the Stream Deck, or if you don't use your numpad, then you can be just like me and make it a budget Stream Deck, basically. So we will learn how to arrange all these things, stack stuff. We can add these things as well, but this is like more advanced stuff. So let's start with basically creating a new scene collection. I'll do this like amateur. Let's see, to session. There we go. So when you start off, okay, can I just not have like I need a bare bones OBS. Come on, we need a bare bones OBS. We can probably, well, you will have these docs, but we will remove these. Actually, we'll keep this. The auto mixer, the scenes are here. Trying to remember how it comes with everything. We don't have the chat. We don't have the stream information, Twitch stats. This and the utility is not here. So you will start with something like this. Probably this is going to be like the main thing, like this preview. We can actually put it below this. For example, usually you would have the audio mixer over here, and you would have like your scenes right over here. So whatever there is, probably I think it's something like this. Okay, this is quite accurate. If we manage to move this one bit. Hello. Okay, there we go. We should be able to insert it somewhere in between, if we manage to do so. Basically, would have it somewhere over here, or maybe it's on the side. I can't remember anymore. But let's just say I think this is probably like one of the most standard setups. So first thing you need to do obviously, because if you want to stream with a camera, you need the camera, you need a working microphone, stuff like that. Nothing too fancy. Usually it would have I think it's a sound system in your input capture. So we will do like this. I usually like to name it mic, so I'll select my device. So you can see this already has stuff. If you want to go fancy, you can add audio filters. You can add like noise gate, all that stuff, but that's gonna be something for the future. For now, we just want to be able to start the stream and be audible on stream. That's what we want to do. And then we want audio output captures, gonna be like main sound. So we are working with whatever we have. So there's the main sound. I'll mute this so if somebody wants to ask a question, I don't want them to hear themselves twice. But this is your main sound. You can see that this is from StarCraft, by the way. If I actually give it some sound, I'll put this on windowed, I guess. I'll move it on my second screen because why not? We'll actually raise the volume. So you can see that the volume is getting higher and higher. I'm not going to unmute it, but it was on 10% and I just increased it. Now, one thing I would recommend from the get-go, as you can see, I kind of go into the red. That's not great. The one thing you can get is a limiter. A limiter will allow you to actually not go above a certain threshold. This is important so you don't sound screeching and all that good jazz. If you want to scream, as you can see, I raise my voice and that's pretty much it. So yeah.
Do you prefer using a limiter over a compressor?
I use a compressor as well. I'll show my setup after
Okay.
we are done with this. It's just the bare bones because I hear people like getting overhyped and just basically never actually realizing that they are so loud and like going into ear rape territory. So yeah, here you can see your sources. Everything you add here will basically be here. Okay, so what else do we need here, right? We have our main sound, we have our mic. Audio wise, we're actually fine. Now we want people to see us because we want to be recognizable. So we'll add a camera. You can see here's the default settings. If you have like a software, it will actually convert it from there. So now I have to do custom for that. We'll select it's a 1080p, and then you can actually select like highest FPS if you have anything else. Also depending on your PC, and then you can basically just drag it to resize it, or you can actually cut it if you hold down Alt. You can resize it, and then you have like you can smooth drag it if you hold Control. Then you can actually like fine tune it. So yeah, usually obviously with the cam you can configure the video settings. I already have these configured, so it's not a pro cam. Well, it says pro stream webcam, but webcams are not like that professional. They do the job, but it's not going to be anything super high level. So let's just see. Here's our StarCraft scene, right? So this is what we have. Very cool. Now what we need is obviously the game. Now there's two ways that you can actually do it. Some games prefer the game capture, and we can say like the game, and that's gonna be I'm trying to see if there's anything that we need. Usually you want to capture a cursor, but you can also disable that. You can, as far as I know, you can actually, yeah, there it is. So you can capture third-party overlays if that's something you want. So when you open the Steam overlay or Discord overlay or something, it will show that too. I usually prefer not to do it because if I open the Discord overlay, which I rarely do, it's probably because I want to talk to somebody about something. I was trying to figure out if it doesn't show up, then you can just give it a reset transform. For some reason, I don't know why. Yeah. So if you stream a single game, I recommend capture a specific window. You can just do it like this, or you can just do like full screen application. I'm just trying to figure out where this game source went. Also, one important thing, the order you want them. So what comes on top, aka the camera, comes on top of the game. That means you have to have it on the top. So on top of the list. If you have like a camera border that you want to use, which I will show as well, then you have to have it above your camera. So it basically covers the edges of your camera. And obviously the game is going to be the base of everything. So whatever you want, like a window, an extra window that appears every now and then that you enable it. For example, you want the browser window to show up or something and you just like toggle it, the visibility, then you have to have it above the game if there's like a game capture working behind that. So this is what it would look like. Now, obviously, SC2 is in windowed mode for me, and it's probably like a very messed up windowed mode, as it's really, really tiny. Let's see if I can actually do something about it. Full screen, but I think it's gonna put the full screen like on this. But yeah, there we go. So there it is. You can select this, or you can actually add game capture and we'll detect something. For now, we're just going to go with SC2 because we're an SC2 community, so that's how it works. So now that you added all of this, let's just say this is probably the stuff that you need. So you have your game sound, you have your mic, you have a camera, and you have your game capture. Now, to start your stream, this is plenty enough sources, and you can actually customize them in the future. And with one scene, you are very much fine to do that. Now, we will dabble a bit back into like setting up OBS properly, as we have a couple of things that we need to actually do. So you can select what you want to do. You can also go for custom, and you can just basically have a stream key used here. And you can also use authentication if the stream key allows it. But I would recommend just if you're streaming on Twitch, then obviously just do that. You can do multi-track video as well, but this is something I usually don't go into. I stream exclusively on Twitch. I haven't dabbled into that stuff. If you need to select if you have issues with your bitrate or something like that, or you feel like your stream is lagging, you can try to select the closest server to you. Sometimes it has some issues based on where you are, but a lot of the times it's fine. There's no such thing as like faulty servers anymore. There was a time where it was like kind of like auto would default you to like some very far away server. Probably if I would have to select, maybe Frankfurt or maybe Warsaw would be closest to me, something like that, or maybe even Vienna. I don't know. So what we are interested in, the stream part is going to be like okay like this. If you have like a very good internet connection and you have everything set up properly, then you can actually go above the recommended stuff. Recommended would be below this. This is like the top end, especially audio wise. It's probably not recommended. But what you want to do is manually set this up. So here at the output, this is what people see. Usually it would come with this, but you want to do this with advanced, so then you can basically have more control of everything. It might be a bit more overwhelming at first, but trust me, it's worth it. If you have an NVIDIA card, which probably is best suited for this, but doesn't matter that much, then the NVENC is probably the best encoder. That's what they say. That's why I actually considered an NVIDIA card. I personally run a 1660 Super, so it's kind of an ancient card, I would say, compared to what we have nowadays with the 40 series. So you can actually have like very good streams. I don't have any issues with my stream anymore. I used to have it. I corrected it. It was like settings based. Now you can test out these type of presets. My PC can run these, and my internet connection can run these. 6000 bitrate is the one that you need for 1080p 60 fps. You can kind of have like I'll look it up. Which streaming bit rates. If you look it up, then we would have to broadcast health. Let me just see if I can find this. Oh my god, white mode. Why do they do this? Twitch.
Because technology hates all of us.
Yeah. Okay. So this is gonna be super bright, but bear with me. So here you have it. Basically, this is what you need for 1080p 60 fps. So you can actually check how much your they somewhere they had like a something with a like how what kind of internet speed do you need to have. I'm trying to for the bit rates. Maybe you need like 6 megabytes. I think it's like at least a 6 megabytes download upload. I cannot remember. The idea is you kind of need to test it. So if the bitrate cannot reach this, there's a setting which I don't know if it's enabled by default, but it's a very useful setting, which we'll get into in the advanced part. Basically, your bitrate is going to determine the quality of your stream. When you see a stream that it's kind of like blurry, pixelated, it means the bitrate is lower. Obviously, 60 FPS will tax your bitrate a bit more, meaning if you cannot reach it, and there's no option, the option called dynamic bitrate enabled, then your stream will buffer for people who try to watch it. So yeah, but 1080p 60 FPS is kind of like, I would say, if you cannot do that, try either 1080p 30 FPS or what I would prefer for fluidity, 720 60 FPS. And you can see there's your information. Apologies. Okay, so you can see CBR is constant. That means this will not tax your PC that much. There is a setting called CQP and VBR. Variable bitrate is kind of insane. Lossless is probably the most insane. It will tax your PC immensely, and I would not recommend it. I tried, and it like messes up the whole thing. So it will give you probably a much better, a cleaner picture, but it's not something that I would recommend because it's very taxing. So there's no point. That's the thing. Now, Twitch supports up to not eight, sorry, 6,000. That's what they say, but there's kind of like the 8,000 threshold that can be reached if you want to try for a better VOD viewing experience for some people who want to watch your VODs, or if you want to download your VODs. I'll tell you what I recommend if you can actually handle that with your PC. But if you want to do that, it might give you a better quality. I tested it. It's slightly better, but yeah, Twitch VODs are not as clean as you would record them. So now, if you have to use rescaling, meaning that you have a higher than 1080p monitor, as far as I know, I think bicubic is the safest, but the Lancels is also really useful to have when you're rescaling. And you can just select what type of rescale output you want. So basically, if I want like a 720p 720p canvas, sorry, not the canvas, but the output, then I need to do this, and it will rescale the output for the Twitch crowd. That's something that's kind of useful. Usually it's more useful when you have to downscale because you have like a 4K monitor, for example, and you want to stream in 1080p. Now, this is pretty much what you need to select. Now, important thing, and I highly recommend this for the future. Select a audio track for your main audio. That means what they hear on stream. It can feature the music, the copyright, your well, I'm gonna do these jokes. Your goat porn in the background, your dog barking, your fiance screaming at you, anything that you have will go through that. Now, if you have a separate source that you don't want to be there, select the Twitch VOD. Twitch VOD track will be a separate track. You can see this too, and I'll show you in just a moment what that does. This means if you want to publish your VODs, but for example, there's copyrighted music in it, to make it a bit more serious, because that's probably one of the things that scares away people from posting their VODs, because it's going to be muted. First of all, it's going to be muted, yes, if there's copyrighted music in it, but this is the way to actually not have it muted. This will actually do it. So if you add another sound here in the advanced audio properties, you have these little things. Now, for example, if I want my my main sound, pretend that this is something like Spotify. If you don't want Spotify to be on your Twitch VOD track, then you will remove this. That means your Twitch VOD track will not record this. This is how people, including myself, manage to post VODs, even though there's like stuff in it. Now, what I also do, I have a third one for the recording. I also disable those things that I don't want. Like, this is super useful because you can actually, if you want like separate mic sound, separate game sound, and separate something else, you can also manage to put those on channels 4, 5, and 6 and just record with that. And that actually brings us to the recording tab. Now, you can actually do the custom, but here the standard is fine. So basically, also this is kind of a meme. I still kept it for like 2 years, because I was like saying Streamlabs instead of Streamlabs, because I started with that. Don't do that. OBS is fine. It has like better options. Now, MKV is probably the best way to actually record things, because MKV, compared to anything else, will actually save the file if OBS crashes. It's important to note that OBS can crash. It will crash. You'll be frustrated as hell, and it's fine. It happens. And there's what I was saying. Here's the recording. You can also enable these and then just do the Lego thing. Like, okay, I want my mic on channel 3. I want my game audio on channel 4. I want my, I don't know, music on channel 5, stuff like that. So you can actually enable these. I usually use like one channel, and with proper audio setup, you will not have any issues. You don't have to just go for separate audios when you edit. Like, we're talking about like content creation in general, not just streaming. We're gonna dabble into that as well. Also, same thing here. I usually I do 7K, so I already went up a bit. You can do like, they say 10 would be like very awesome, but my PC doesn't handle it well enough, especially if there's like streaming as well, because I also stream and record at the same time. So that's important to note for myself. But you have the same stuff that you have in the recording tab, sorry, the streaming tab. So basically, I recommend MKV, just so if it crashes, it doesn't ruin the whole video. So you can actually like save parts of that file, and you don't have to re-record everything. You want to select your encoder. The audio encoder, I think it's kind of like, if you don't want like advanced audio stuff, then you can use the stream encoder, but this is like the basic one. I never had any issues with that, luckily, so I'm happy with it. Now, you can see that I usually go for like the best quality. Obviously, again, you need to test this, your presets and your tuning. You can actually go for high quality is fine. You can go for low latency and ultra low latency. Now, ultra low latency means that whenever you do something, the chat will see it without that, I don't know, couple milliseconds delay from OBS. And I think it also counts there's like super low latency for Twitch as well, which means there's not gonna be that natural couple seconds of delay. I don't know if you ever noticed, but there's like a couple of seconds until the streamer sees you, if they actually react like instantly. Sorry, I need to mute my phone. If they react instantly, that means they kind of basically used a very powerful PC, and they also use a ultra low latency setting. Now for audio, I recommend for the first track at least 192 bitrate. You can go higher on the other tracks, but I still had no issues with it. If I would be producing music or something like that, obviously I would aim for the 320 bitrate that OBS supports. It could go all over that as well, but you know, it's fine. It's still fine. They say that I'm not like a super audio expert, but they say like 320 is like what the human ear can actually distinguish as like the top. Now the replay buffer, because this is one of my favorite tools here. I recommend 100% recommend enabling the replay buffer, because this will allow you to clip your stuff in OBS. Not just while you are live, you can clip your stuff. You can set for the last 60 seconds, for the last 30 seconds. You decide what you want to clip. It makes creating content a lot easier. Like the amount of time that I have it on this little wireless numpad. Numpad 3 is my little wonderful thing. Important to note, you need to have recording enabled for that. And you cannot have it on pause. So it will show you how much estimated memory it will use. For example, if you go for 30 seconds, it will be like this, but you can also go for
Memory
120
usage.
seconds. Yeah, so it will use some RAM because it has to save that. It always has to store the last 60 seconds, right? So you actually just save that clip if you decide to do so. But it will have to be stored in memory, so it actually can be saved with the click of a button. So here it is. You can just start the replay buffer. You can start the recording, and you can just I don't know if it actually counts this. Yeah, it already says encoder overloaded. Thank you very much. Nice. OBS is messing around. Obviously, when we have this session. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, we're stopping the recording. I'd also save the recording. It's kind of a cheating thing, because my scene collection is also like over here. But yeah, this would be kind of the bare bones that you need to have to start streaming. Now, let me just make sure that I didn't lose anything. So yeah,
Oh, I
for
see.
setting up devices, we'll go on to that as well. Any questions so far?
Maybe that's good. Thank you.
Any questions?
Uh,
Anything you would like to? Hello. Yes, we can hear you.
I did lay off the mic.
The mic is a
Hearing.
bit low.
Maybe they will write
Sorry, I couldn't catch it.
on his head.
I'm really sorry. I just cannot catch what you're trying to say here. Glacius, should we like type the questions in the learn to stream side?
If we're having trouble with the mic, you can also just type it up in the learn to stream.
Okay. So, any questions so far?
yeah.
Anything that's unclear?
Okay, so you talked about the dynamic bit rate.
Oh yeah, let's show that as well because that's kind of important. So if you're having troubles with your internet connection and you don't want them to basically do it, I had some issues in the past, so you can actually enable this. This means if your internet provider decides that no, you will not have a great stream today, and we will limit you with your bitrate and all that stuff. In that case, you will enable this, and if your bitrate dips below what you set, for example, let's say we're not talking about like a 200 kilobits per second type of bitrate, but like difference. But let's say from 6K, you cannot reach 6K. It only reaches, I don't know, 2.5K or 3K. It will, by the way, it will show down here how much bitrate you actually reach, and it will show you your drop frames and all that stuff. For that, you need to be live. But yeah, basically, what this will do is it will tune down your set max bitrate dynamically to match your current bitrate, and to actually it will make your stream a bit more pixelated and all that stuff, but it won't buffer. That's the good thing about it. You can also enable network optimizations. Honestly, I haven't gotten any success with this. But yeah, this one actually helped me out quite a lot. It saved me from the. You can see it over here. Like it says, like instead of dropping frames to reduce congestion, dynamically changes bitrate on the fly. So obviously, this comes with like what I said, the downside of like what you call it, the pixelation, and obviously it will buffer like once and then continue, and it will reset, but it takes time. So it's like kind of a middle of the road thing. So you don't have to suffer. Your viewers don't suffer with your stream buffering constantly. Um, but it also comes at the cost of quality. So I guess it's something that a lot of streamers can actually afford because it's not that big of a loss. I would rather have like a stream running with a lower bitrate than not having it run because my internet provider decided for that 30 minutes that they will do something else, or my PC starts an update that I don't know about, or something like that. If that happens, I would rather have like 30 minutes, of slightly pixelated. We're not talking about like super, super low quality stuff. Um, but basically it will help quite a lot. Also, since we are here, the other thing that we need to talk about is the stream delay. So this is how you actually set the stream delay. And this will affect obviously the viewing experience. You will see how much delay you have also in the bottom bar, and it will you can also enable this in case you disconnect, so it will actually preserve this cutoff. But if you have this enabled, obviously you need to count as there's like 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes, or how much you want to set it for. You will have to count in that, especially when you want to end the stream and want to raid. That's one of the more annoying stuff, because you have to time the raid, after you finished talking on stream. And what I mean by that, after that 1 minute delay finishes. So yeah. Now automatic reconnection is fine. There's like, you can set these. Usually, what I would say in my case, I would say if my stream dies, it's dead. There's no reconnection, so that's it. So that would be kind of like the bare bones setup for OBS. This would be like basically just getting started with proper settings. So if you want to take away something from it, if you want to make content out of it, try to enable, if you have a decent PC, try enable recording on the side. Enable Twitch VOD track next to your main track, so you can actually post your VODs. Important to note, a streamer creates content more when they're offline rather than when they're online. So you learn and grow with your content while you are not online. Because let's say you stream 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you have to make content basically each day. So while you're offline, people can watch your VOD. That video can be cut off into shorts, smaller segments, like 2 to 3 minute clips, whatever you feel like. So these settings are going to help quite a lot, because then you will be able to have it. Also, don't do it like me. So basically, my folder barely loads because I have like 324 items over here, including my actual content. You can see that I start a lot of things, and if you want to take an advice from me, try to rename everything after you do it. Also, you can see the replays over here. The replays mean the replay buffer. So basically, these are like 1 minute clips over here, which is really, really cool. You can basically just drop them into your editing software and do whatever you feel like with them. But yeah, this is for another time. Now, obviously, this layout is on the level of like me pooping myself. Basically, it feels like yeah, like somebody just had a stroke and just had this like, never actually managed to recover from it. So what I like to do is I usually have my my stuff on this side. Can I just have it on this side? Anybody? No? Okay. Oh, if you time it some way, there we go. Nice. So we will actually add it. I said we need to put it on top of each other. So basically, I can have it like this. Well, I have my scenes, as you could see. I had it down here, and I also had my preview over there. Now, if we want to set up a very cool stream over here, then we obviously need to have some kind of a chat box and stuff like that. Now, what you can do, I'll shamelessly tell you that I am actually keeping the Streamlabs stuff. I always log in with my little Twitch account. No worries, I'm not sharing passwords or anything. I know people would love to actually have my stream hijack it and embarrass me, but trust me, nobody can embarrass myself more than I do. You can make a fool out of a fool. That's how they say it. So here's my very cool revenue from last stream, and all the stats and everything. You can see it. This is probably, if you want very cool overlays and stuff, you could try with Streamlabs. If you use the software, do so. Nobody's going to stop you. But there's also Stream Elements. This is also a very cool site. Some people swear next to Streamlabs. Some people swear next to Stream Elements. I swear next to whatever works best for me. That's how I do it. Because this one is more raw and do it yourself. So DIY. Because, for example, you come here and then you have this whole thing. You have your alert box, and you have all of these alerts. You can add alerts. You can actually do whatever you feel like with it. You can edit it, like sound. You can have little pictures for it, videos, whatever you feel like. But, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you something. We go to twitch.tv. I don't know if you know that platform. If you don't, check it out. They're definitely a not hungry company. They definitely support streamers. They definitely never actually did anything wrong. kappa, 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 kappa. So yeah, all the kappas aside, you can get to alerts, and there's a thing called alert box, and this is wonderful because here you have a browser source. You copy this, you add a source. Let's just put it here. You add a source. This is a browser. This is your first thing. You want your alert box to be there. Because what's most important for viewers? They want to be acknowledged. Not only you need to shout them out, which is fine. You do you. If you don't want to acknowledge your followers, sure. I personally appreciate all of them. So that's why I try to shout out everybody the moment they follow. Obviously, it's not going to happen all the time. But obviously, if you have that, then it's going to be, let's name this alerts. If you have this alert box, it's going to be very cool. So now we paste that little thing there, and we can do like a 720p or 720 thing over here. So now if I fire up a alert, if we can test, I hope we can test it. Where is it? Where are we? Can I test this? Please? I would love to test it. Just a moment. Oh, there we go. Send test alert. See? You can place it wherever you feel like. You can also customize these. Super customizable. You can see the layout where the whole thing is. You can have it like this. You can customize the background, obviously, for it. We can go for like the opacity as well. So if you want a solid background, you can actually do that. You can have like your drop shadows and all that. So there's like some cool things, and you can use this and then just say not that just followed. Join the Mauzy fam. And then you will be like, oh, okay, it can be like this. In that case, oh, we don't need a heart because there's already a heart. You can use the basic one, or you can don't need that. You can take the tour, but I already tested it out a bit. You can also say it like text to speech is very powerful. You can use this. You can select, I don't know, something like that.
My name is Justin.
So basically, now if we send out an alert, can we? Yeah.
Oh my god, is this how people do
Yeah.
set up the TTS?
Mauzy_TV joined the Mauzy fam.
See, that's how they do it. If that's something you want to do, then I think honestly, Twitch has come a long way. So there's no reason not to try this out. If you're a beginner streamer, please give them a try. I already had everything set up for like a year, and I saw this, and I'm like, damn, they came such a long way. Also, what we need to actually acknowledge is it going to show up here? Like if we go to home, does it show up here? I don't think it's gonna show up here, but let me show you something here. They have their own streaming software. This comes with like basically I would say the bare bone minimum to actually start streaming. Why I wouldn't recommend this is because Twitch Studio is only in beta. They don't actually wait, did they remove Twitch Studio? Huh? Twitch app? They might have removed Twitch Studio. What the hell? Am I crazy? They might have done that. So yeah, that's why. That's why you don't want to actually use it, because they also acknowledge that they don't actually have this. They don't actually have it yet. So it actually featured a lot of good things, but it was kind of incomplete. So you really want to use something more professional like a Stream Elements or a Streamlabs OBS. Back onto the Streamlabs OBS, I'll show you how I have my stuff done. So I bought, back in the day, I bought a overlay pack. Cost me around, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 bucks, something like that. It's a one-time purchase. You can customize it. They actually come with very nice ones. Or you can have someone actually help you out if you want more control over it. But now we can see Twitch follows. I don't know if it actually will follow. Okay, it will not do it. But look at this. So this is how it works. And I also added, like, I used to have a so a drum and bass music, a part of the drum and bass music, and another part of it as my follow and sub sound. Also, these overlay packs come with their own sounds as well, which I didn't like, so it happens. But for example, yeah, I have this. So I wanted to make something simple. You can actually find stuff. We'll get that into that, like how to actually do these. But you can actually find random sounds, or you can just, get whatever sounds you want. You can record your own self and be like, yo, thank you for the follow, and you just put it in there, and it works. You can customize it very nicely. Now, what you want to actually have, you can have variations, by the way, and they can random it, but I usually don't do that, because I am not that big of a fan. You can choose your font, obviously, the font size, and you can just, always preview what you have over here. And then you can be like, you do another preview. I'm like, okay, well, this is almost too big. If it's like a bigger name, it will not fit properly. So that's why I do this, the 16 size font. Now, you can also adjust the sound, and please do so. Please, for the love of God, I don't want to follow your streams, and I don't want them to go into an ear rape mode. So basically, once you set all of these up, yes, we'll save these. You can also set up YouTube stuff, by the way. Just saying, same thing, but we'll stick to this thing. You can set up these. Now you click this. You copy, and you will add it. We will actually switch the URL, and we will add this. And now, if we send a test alert, there you go. And you can have it on screen wherever you feel like. You can have it over here, something like that. So it's a very cool thing. Now, what we can also do is go over to back to the dashboard, and we can have widgets, and we can have events, and you can see, there it is. So we'll copy this, and we will add a very cool thing called events. It's gonna be another browser source. This is to enhance viewer retention. Like this is for the viewer experience. This is not for us, okay? That's something we need to mention here. Okay, so we can see that it shows 4 rows. You can set it so it shows more. It will be crisscross. Okay. You can choose what will show up over here. You can see my recent things. I usually like 4. And then I just put it above my camera if I use it. Or you can do the following. You can put it like over here. For example, for StarCraft, this is probably the best way. But this one is also fine. And you can have your alerts like over here. Now, another thing that is very useful, and I'll have links for this after the stream. We're going to have sound alerts, because once you get to that 50... that 50 follower threshold, you will want to actually do the affiliate thing, and then people can spend almost said the word. Very much important to their life, channel points on stuff that can actually make you suffer. There's this sound alerts thing. This is a very useful thing. Now, if you ever tuned into my stream, especially recently, then you can actually know that there it is. A lot of people just use my sound alerts over here, so that's something I have for channel points. Wait a moment, we need to find where's my not my I don't need my dashboard. I want my is it my library or is it there we go, channel points. So here it is. So these are stuff that were for example, this one was when I actually did a somebody clipped, or maybe I was the one who clipped it. So somebody, let's call it somebody. We'll not reveal that we do our own clips, Kappa. Somebody clipped it from my stream where I actually played ZVZ and like I managed to hit like a lucky bailing set of bailings into their workers and they just left the game and I was like laughing. Maybe I can actually show the clip. Oh yeah. Okay, it wasn't me. It was actually one of my viewers, Aaron. So this is what happened here. You'll see what's happening. So basically, it's just, you know, some random bailings just hitting stuff. Yeah. There we go. And you can see that I'm going after the workers and he forgets to micro their workers. Boom. There's the GG.
So fucking random, dude! Why is this so fucking random?
So basically, this is what happened, and there's the.
So fucking random, dude! Why is this?
So basically, this is how I just downloaded the clip, made an MP3 out of it. You can convert it with whatever. Now you can actually upload the video and have the sound only. So it's very useful. You just basically go to wait, was it my alerts? You can add a new button, but no, wait, hold on. My uploads. And you can go for create and you can actually just upload you can even convert your Twitch or YouTube clip. So they actually improved quite a lot with this. And this also, you cannot actually imagine how much it helps. You can see that this is all the stuff that I created over the years. And this helps quite a lot. So we'll add this one too. Basically, we need where's my money? Where's my is it settings? Is it scenes? Nope. I'm trying to find my URL because they moved it for a bit. My alerts, channel points. Oh wait, extension, is it? Okay, call me crazy, but it's that's my email. It's not that important. Maybe dashboard. Basically, if we find the thing, we can also add that, which we should be able to do so. I think it's here. Is it? No, it's not. Well, that's why you need to add it and remember where you added it from. Test in browser source. Oh, it's offline. Okay, and where do I find my browser source, mister? Or miss? Still has to be not an extension. Settings, maybe setup. Okay, let's say I use OBS Studio. Oh, there we go. Copy paste method. There we go. Okay, found it. So basically, you add this into OBS as well, and now the magic will happen. We go back to my alerts and we will use my cat testing browser source.
Charlie!
And this will be added to the main sound as well. So you can also get this control audio via OBS. This is a very, very important thing. And then you will have this separate separate stuff for whatever reasons you don't want to actually use your alerts and your sound alerts with your main sound if you use only a single audio source. So now you can actually control these, and this will prevent viewers from having ear rape. You know, you can control it on top of being able to customize it via the browser source. So that's how I usually do it. It worked for me, and I think it's a very cool thing to actually have. Now, what else do you want before you actually, or after you first stream, that you were like, this might not be great? You want your chat, obviously. Now, for the chat, probably it's going to show up here, but if it doesn't, you can use a custom browser doc, and you can say like chat and then just paste where you find it. You would ask, you go to your own Twitch channel and you just come in here. Here's your chat, and now here we have a chat pop out. You can use it just like this, and then boom, and here you have a chat. There we go. Here's your chat. You can have all your marbles in here. You can resize it, all that stuff. You can check for which viewers are present here, all that stuff. If you are obsessed with stats, you also have stats. Not these stats, sorry, Twitch stats. You can have Twitch stats. I already added them over here, so it doesn't matter that much. Let's remove one of the chats. So Twitch stats, it will show you how many viewers you have currently, your sub count, follower count, all that good jazz, how many views you have, how long were you online, how many clips there were.
Wait, sorry. How did you get the chat into OBS?
So I don't remember if OBS added it as a base doc, but you can have it here on the docked tabs. You can enable it like this, or if something is not here and you want something here, like a window or anything like that. For example, this quote unquote utility thing, which this is from Twitch basically. You can use the custom browser doc. Just name it and you paste this a little popped out chat. I'm not sure if it works with the main chat or like stuff like this. Maybe you can actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you actually can copy the address. Maybe you can do that. I'm curious if it actually adds it like this, but let's do chat 2. Oh no, it will add the whole page. So basically, you come to your Twitch chat, your own Twitch chat, and you just pop out your chat so it gets a separate window with the separate URL, and then you just copy that, paste it into the custom browser doc, and you're fine. You can also what else do we have? I think there was something about this. Oh yeah, the stream information. This is important. If you want to have control over this and you don't want to waste your time by actually changing it manually all the time, then here's your stream information. You can edit your title on the fly. You can also, this is your go live notification. You can say your start for money, please donate. If you don't join my stream, I don't know. I'll delete your Minecraft account. You know, whatever floats your boat. And also you can select or change the game with that. Now, this is probably one of the things that I love about this. I can just, grab this. I usually like to dock things together. So I have the Twitch stats and the chat on one place. for example, like this, and then I have my stream information and my controls on one side. I also have something called Twitch activity feed. The activity feed, I think this one is built in, but if not, you can also search for the activity feed on the Twitch Twitch dashboard, I believe. Creator dashboard. Do we have not streaming tools? Nope. Was it Stream Manager? There we go. Activity feed. So you can say pop out activity feed over here and do the same thing. Go back into OBS and then you just do the same thing. Activity feed. There you go. Boom. Here you have it. Obviously, we will have to cancel these, and then you will see who did what. You can also do the filter if you want, like, if you're not about like bits and all that stuff, then obviously you don't do these. Like for example, I like to have everything in case my moderator starts something, then I can see, or if I have to start something, then I can see it, all that stuff. It's actually useful. You can also see who used what kind of sound. I think that's like what reward requests. I think this is the one. Yeah, that's the one. You can see the raids. If somebody raids you, the shout outs, all that good stuff. Hype trains, if you get to that point. When the hype train pops up, you'll be like, what do I do? Just act normal.
What is a
Be
hype
grateful
train?
for it. Hype train is when people start subbing. They start subbing or donate bits. Realizes like, oh, it's a hype train, let's do it. And it incentivizes your viewers to actually keep donating, not donating, keep subbing, gifting subs, or donating bits. So basically, they help you farm money. That's how I can actually describe it. So yeah, I think that's pretty much what we need. Like, don't mind me with this whole messed up thing. So what I usually do is I have this lined up like this. Can we actually have my preview somewhere down there? Somehow, some way? Is there any way to do that? We will do it like, hello? Any? Nope. No, I guess nobody wants to enjoy this side. So yeah, it's a bit clunky, but no worries. You can lock the preview, but we don't do that. Can I just disable the preview? No, don't need to do that. So usually I want to. I wish I could actually just move this. I wish I could actually just move this. Oh, there we go. There we go. We got it. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Okay, usually I like it this way. Also, we want this and this. There we go. So activity feed, most important, stream and controls, and then you can just move it like this. See, we got to pretty much where we started from when I first did the whole thing. So now you can actually have this on your screen. I recommend a small preview because you don't really need that much. This utility thing is nice to actually have this clip that button. And also what I like to have is the predictions and also the ad. Now, Twitch ads work in weird ways. I think it gets enabled when you actually get affiliate. But what's important about that is Twitch randomly drops ads and there's stuff called pre-rolls. That's just like a parenthesis, and we're not going to get that much into it. There's like a thing called pre-rolls, which means you actually just have these random ads that pop up when somebody joins. If you do these 3-minute ads, because you set yourself at 3 minutes per hour, you disable pre-rolls for an hour, basically. And they're generous because once you run these ads, it says 63 minutes. So basically, you'll have that free hour. They don't cheap out on that one. So if you remember, this also, by the way, reminding me that this can remind you that you need to like run a 3-minute break every hour. You know, that's probably a healthy tip, which I don't use. My 24-hour stream kappa. Yeah, that definitely was a bit more of a challenge to actually remember to do it. So yeah. But yeah, this is basically what you need to actually start streaming with like enhanced viewer stuff. Like this is the part where you just press start and that's it. Now, if you want to create another scene, or if you want to create some additional stuff for your scene, now you can do a thing where you usually add another one. You can say like, I don't know, just chatting. Boom. Did I show the chat box actually? I don't think I showed the chat box. Oh boy. Okay, let's do the chat box first. My apologies. So we're gonna do chat box and we go to does this wonderful website have a chat box? Question mark. Not stream manager, we need alerts. Do we have could you show us a chat box? Any chat box enjoyers? It might not be. Yeah, I don't think there's a chat box, but luckily, once again, this little thing will help us out. So we can just literally copy this, but you can actually have any kind of team. It will show up in a moment. There we go. See? So this is how it works. This is what you will see once it pops up. You can set the messages to disappear after a certain amount of time, depending on how active your chat is. If you don't have an active chat, which you probably won't have in the beginning, then you will probably want to have these to actually be able to like showcase viewers what you were talking about, especially if you react late. For me, it's more important because I sometimes react late. Obviously, if you have like an intense late game in StarCraft, you'll probably not be able to read the chat properly. And then if you react to something and you have the chat on screen, then you obviously don't want to act like or look like a fool and be like, oh, what is he reacting to again? Like they have to like scroll back into the content of the VOD or whatever, and then oh yeah, this is what he reacts. You can also set a delay. I don't know why would you do this, but it's fine. You can hide your common chat bots, but I don't think it disturbs anybody. You can decide to to enable any kind of emotes. These are actually quite useful, I think. So yeah. You can have clean, obviously. You can have the boxed. You can have. Does this update properly? Oh yeah, there's the Twitch one. Okay, clean. Let's see the clean. Mr. Clean. Okay, we're gonna wait a bit. Viewer platform icon. Oh yeah, it shows from Twitch. If you use multi-stream, which I again don't use. Old school. What was old school? Oh, this was old school. Probably. Chunky. Oh yeah, there we go. But yeah, I usually use boxed because this is probably the best one. So you just copy your URL, and you just paste it over here. And now, if we test it, we do test, and it should show up over here on this little thing. Please, any enjoyers? Hello. Yeah, okay, we do not share it. But I really need you to actually show up. Let's do again 720. And we should have it like, let's have it like here. It's a cool place to have it. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. There we go. See, it shows up. So this is how it looks. It's a very handy tool to have if you don't mind your chat being on screen. If it's something that you don't like, then you can ignore this part. I personally like to have it on screen. Obviously, you can resize this box. I don't know. You can do 1000 by 1000, and then you just, shrink it down. And I usually have it on this side, so it's very cool. Okay, so I think besides creating another scene, basically we can just do it like this and copy everything, or we can just say we duplicate this one and we will rename it just chatting. We'll rename it like this when we can remove this one in that case. So notice that we actually duplicated the same scene. Now, once you duplicate it, it will actually not be like, it pastes everything, but it will not be affected on the other scene if you move. So, for example, if I move this over here, it will still appear on this side on the main scene. So, for example, here you can actually have something like this. You can add a background, and then you also add your chat. You're gonna have your events over here. You can actually enhance them. I'll show you a very bare bones version of this, and then I'll show you how I would create some alerts and stuff. Not alerts, a background for it, because that's something I also want to do, and that's gonna be probably the last thing that we do today. So, for example, you can have this. Let's fine tune it a bit. There we go. As you can see, we can have our sound alerts over here. You can have your little alerts like here in the top, for example. You can have these little sound alerts like over here. So you can have your chat over here. Okay. So once you actually do this, you're gonna have hi YouTube. You can have this. You can also like add text and all that stuff. But usually you would love to do that with like a custom background. Don't mind me, it's not gonna be perfect, so hope you don't mind it. Also, I would want to actually enhance this preview. So this is how it would look like. You can just do it like this, and then, just add whatever you feel like after that, and just make this bigger. It's really a preference thing, so you can have this, and obviously you have like a whole background for it, and that's really, really cool. Now, how you do that, you might ask. There we go. I saw you in the chat. Or the Discord, rather. Okay. Before we move on, do we have any questions? Any kind of questions? Anything you're interested in? If I can answer it, I'll do very gladly. Could have answered this already, but is there a way to attach chat box over a game? Yes, if you actually do the thing where so we go back to our gaming scene. So if you want your chat box to be on top of a game, then or your overlay, basically you have to have the chat box above everything, or above the thing that you want to be on top of. And in that case, you can just have. Let me just try if I can actually get StarCraft working here. There we go. So you can see now the game scene which captures StarCraft is at the bottom, which means that's like the base level of everything. And then you have your chat over here, and you can just have it like this, or you can just make it like this. Who needs the gameplay? So yeah, this is how you actually would put it. If the same thing goes for alerts and everything that. All right, so basically that's going to cover the basics. I hope this was useful. This was a very in-depth basics thing. Hopefully it wasn't too much. We did everything live. And this is how I would set up my stream on a very new PC if I lost everything, basically. So this is what I would do from the beginning. Obviously, you need to spend some time customizing your alerts, customizing your chat box, your sound alerts, all that stuff. You need to create those, but trust me, it's worth the time. It's worth doing it, whether you, whichever platform you use. Also, most important thing, don't listen to people who say like, "Oh, you shouldn't use this or that because it's controversial." If it works for you, it works for you. I know Streamlabs OBS copied everybody and everything, and they sell their product from a open source software, and they have the same updates, the same stuff coming like months later. And they have a lot of controversy. They copied the Stream Deck as well, from Elgato and all that stuff. But still, if you like Streamlabs OBS, use that. If you like XSplit or whatever game streaming software there is, use that. Don't listen to people who tell you like, "Oh, you shouldn't use this because it's not professional." It's as professional as you make it. Obviously, there's going to be limitations, but to start off, try to not pick something that is overwhelming you, because that will basically ruin the whole thing. Try to do it as simple as possible. Now, what I showed you is basically, especially if you use the Twitch alerts, it can be done in close to 3 hours. 3 hours that you will improve upon, like only improve, it will not go lower. Basically, you will find settings and ideas that you want to implement into your stream, and you'll find a way to actually know how to search for those, and you will be able to implement them. For example, if you want like custom videos for alerts, you can do that as well. You can use your own voice. You can do a lot of good things, and you can use OBS to record those things. So it's very cool. Now, it's important to actually take your time and remember, streaming is not a 1 day gig and not a 2 day or 1 week or 2 weeks gig. Uh, Getting good at streaming can take from, I would say, from 1 week to years. So I improve daily, and I think a lot of people will improve daily. Some people will improve faster. Try not to compare yourself to other streamers. Uh, Try not to limit yourself to other streamers. You can have your favorite one. For example, you can emulate a couple of people, but try to find your own style. Try to take away the good stuff from everybody. Listen to streams, even if you don't like them. But if you like how the setup looks, if you like the panels, something like that, which we'll, by the way, get into, like setting up your Twitch streaming page to make it more appealing to viewers. We will get into that as well. But if you want to take away something from this, once you set up OBS or whatever you're streaming in, take your time and appreciate that. It's a victory. It's always a lot of fun to actually just see that, oh yeah, I did this. I managed to do this. Very cool. Now, again, streaming, not a 1 day gig. You need to take your time. That's the most important thing. You need to take your time, and you need to do something extremely important. If you have an ego, drop it. Drop it until you learn the ins and outs of streaming. Once you did that and you achieved something, put back the ego mask on, and I salute you. I will respect you for it if you own it. But it's important to drop your ego, be open to learning, be open to criticism. There's gonna be people who will say, "Dude, you suck," and you can just ban them instantly. But also you can say, "Could you elaborate?" See what the reaction is. Like, hey, I'm a new streamer. I'm open to learning. Could you elaborate? Or somebody comes in and they're like, "Oh, dude, your stream looks horrible." Okay, what would you suggest? What would you, as a viewer, like to see? As a Twitch viewer, as a Twitch chat GM, what would make you happy to see on this screen right now? And they will be like, well, first of all, the chat is extremely big. It covers the whole game. Your camera is like 10 times bigger than the game screen. And then you'll be like, oh, okay, so this is what I can do for you. And we can, like, come to an agreement. Be open and listen to Twitch chat, but also don't give in too much to them. A lot of people in Twitch chat are going to try and make you do crazy stuff. But yeah, that's going to be it. If there's any questions, once again, final time for this first episode. Oh, wait a moment. Viewer rewards. There it is. So here you have the rewards once channel points. So here you can set up your channel points. Basically, you can do like a little icon. I myself have the mouse coin, which you can actually do. And you can actually add a couple of them, like, highlight my message, the random sub emote, all that stuff. You can have these over here on Twitch, and you can add a couple of them. The ones that you have in sound alerts, once you log in with Twitch, you will actually be able to see them over here, and you can just edit them as well. Like, you can have an icon for them. I personally am too lazy to actually get a single icon for them. For
Wait, where
something
is
like
it?
the hydrate, you go down to viewer rewards,
Oh, okay, yeah.
and you have power ups and channel points. Power ups is a new thing where they can actually just gigantify emotes and all that stuff for bits.
Do I need to do something here to set up the sound stuff?
Check the manage power ups and channel points tab over there.
This one?
Yeah, this one, and scroll down. Do you have? Oh, there you go.
Oh,
There's
it's already
custom
here.
rewards. Yeah,
That's
there it is.
crazy.
You can edit it. So if you go into edit, I'll do it myself as well. So for example, I have this for 5,000 points that forces me to cheese. Not that I wouldn't cheese anyways, but yeah, you can basically ruin my macro session with this. So obviously people will actually do it. So you can basically say like, okay, redemption cooldown time. You can put it like I put it on 30 minutes. It's honestly, it's important to actually set these up and do it like limit redemptions per stream. Okay, I don't want to cheese more than 10 games outside of my own comfort, And you can say like limit redemptions per user per stream, so someone cannot troll you because they have like 100,000 channel points because they had no life and they actually just AFK'd in your stream.
Yeah. Okay. I see. That's cool.
Okay. Then if there's no any more questions, then for the sake of the outro of this episode, I would like to thank Iglesias for actually inviting me, and thank you so much for tuning in, everybody who tuned in. I really appreciate it. I'm happy. I hope I actually managed to make you go away with something extra. Even if you already stream or if you already make content, I'm happy if you manage to like at least get someone to acknowledge that you're doing something right, or if you have a similar style. And also, if you don't feel like this is helpful, don't be discouraged. That doesn't mean that streaming is not for you. This is what worked for me personally. Okay, this is something I learned. I never aspired to be like a professional streamer. I do this for fun. That's why I feel like I am a quite adequate person to actually do this, because I am the people, I represent the people. I'm a pleb as well. I'm a pleb who enjoys getting my feet wet and just trying to improve every single day. All right.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I truly appreciate you doing this for our community, and hopefully this inspires a bunch of people to start streaming.
Once again, thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for showing up. I really, really appreciate it. So, thank you. Much love.
All right. Have a good night, and we'll talk to you guys soon.